Hey everyone, this is JD. Welcome back to Hero of Law. Now, it is time for us to end this case, so let us load up where we were. March 17th, 11:17 a.m., Hyrule Grand Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. It's not going all that well, is it? No, I think that went about as well as it could have, actually, given the circumstances. We expose the worst of the princess's testimonies as untrue. I can't believe she just makes stuff up like that! Yeah, that was surprising. Still, the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in that house. Now, there's no need to look so glum. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? The carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You've really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know. I have? If you listen carefully, you just might be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby. I'm not sure if that was very clear. I might have to bump up the audio or something, but if it wasn't clear, Ganon was going and just like getting really upset. He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try to shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that'd be boring if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh? But you do. What do you mean? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The fire? I wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think it's relevant? Don't get me wrong. At present, I am convinced the girl did it. We investigating came to this conclusion for a reason. But I am willing to explore every possibility. That fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say it may be your only way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press the next witness on that topic hard. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he's the only one who could have lit that fire. If he is hiding something, I think the court deserves to know. Thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. You'll have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she is right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You, ranch girl. Me? Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I am sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind. You know the road to the Darkroom was paved with those, right? Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment, one she will live to regret. Part of this comes from the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly. What? Newer team, what are you writing over here? Older sister death? What in the world? That's right, the mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. Hyrule still grieves after the events of that day. And yet, no one knows what exactly happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories run amok. People blame the royal guard, the Sheikah, even the king himself. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of troubles on her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle. The princess's conduct today probably won't help the distrust some people have of the crown right now, though. She's wise beyond her years. She will learn, and she will be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as the enemy, whatever comes of this trial. She does not need more than she already has. Wow, she's so intense. Never expected to see Impa get so emotional. I guess all this is why she decided to take the blame for the princess' impromptu investigation. Detective Impa! What is it, soldier? I'm quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Meanwhile, back at the ranch... Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address? They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh, those idiots. I don't have time for this! Send someone else. I have to escort the princess back to the castle. Roger! No, I'm Impa, not Roger. That did remind me, though. I took the bottle of milk from the couple guards who were slacking on the job earlier. Here, ranch girl. Perhaps that'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry. It's still unopened. Oh? Thank you. That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you'll excuse me. Glug glug. I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor. Watered down milk? Huh? Lost its flavor? But Lon milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Let me try some. Huh. You're right. I assumed this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments. Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so... Maybe it just isn't fresh? No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. Also, the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? This was all handled by Ingo, wasn't it? I think there's something odd going on. I'd better make some notes about this in the court record. Note about the shipment's return added to the court record. Lon milk added to the court record. Defense! The court is about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. Okay. So it comes down to this. The conclusion's approaching. Time to turn the situation around. Court is back in session for the trial of Malone of Lone Lone Ranch. I trust the prosecution's final witness is ready? Naturally, I have personally seen to it there will be no foolishness this time around. Hopefully his ears are intact. As we discussed before the recess, having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to have committed the murder, only one matter remains. The matter of motive. For, naturally, such a heinous crime couldn't be the result of mere happenstance. The prosecution believes the defendant had a deep desire that pushed her to patricide. Our next witness can shed light on the matter. Fascinating. Very well, please proceed. The prosecution calls the ranch worker Ingo to the stand. Ha! It's funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes. Oh? Yeah, he almost always just wears his work dungarees. It's almost like looking at a different person. Well, I guess he wanted to dress up for court. He wouldn't want to get this nice outfit dirty by working in it. Quiet, defense! Witness, state your name and occupation. Your Honor, a great honorable prosecutor. My name is Ingo. I mind Lon Non Ranch. Mind? What does that entail exactly? I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of orders. How long have you been working at the ranch? It'll be several years at this point. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have persevered through all hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it. Well, he does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch's silo single-handedly. Whoa, that's some dedication. Very well. Given that you're clearly an important employee, you are privy to some inside information. Is that correct? Yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me implicitly.
He used to say that we're like a big family.
That sounds lovely. That sounds like a red flag that you're gonna be getting loads of unpaid overtime. Evidently, not every member of your so-called family felt the same way, though. Did they?
It hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, honorable court of law.
Alright, witness testimony, here we go. Whew. The matter of motive. Just a couple days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malone. Talon became a life tenant, with Malone meant to inherit all the assets after his death. As long as Talon lived, Malone could not sell the ranch. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. It's appalling how ungrateful she is, after all Talon did for her! And there you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost everything. It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence. We have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of the crime, and now we have a motive. How do we know he's telling the truth? I have, of course, verified the witness's testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the Castletown Notary Office to be considered valid. I saw fit to prepare this for the trial. The prosecution would like to submit the Lone Ranch inheritance document into evidence. Alright. We should take a look at the court record. We got 3 new objects. Things. Okay, the milk shipment returned. Apparently one of the milk shipments returned to the ranch due to being misaddressed. Yep. The milk. From yesterday's shipments. Brought from recess. Seems strangely tasteless. And the inheritance document. Malone will inherit the ranch. If she is unable, divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees. Interesting. So, she's been framed for murder by Ingo, it would seem. I mean, it's obvious Ingo is the one who did it. It's very obvious. But this solidifies the motive. He would get the remaining inheritance, and between the crown and the remaining employees, the older Zelda murder seems kind of like it's tied to this somehow. Did Ingo also kill the elder Princess Zelda so there'd be less money to divide between the crown? Goodness. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's just baseless speculation, but... Mr. Ingo, why would you? You should pass judgment now, Judge. The defense says nothing. I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. But of course, ask whatever you'd like. I, the hard-working Ingo, can handle it. Very well, defense. Please begin. Okay. I love these little... that's so perfect. Okay, a couple of days ago, signed the ranch over. Yeah, we're aware of that. Colin became life tenant, Malone to inherit all after death. So Talon lived. Malone could not. Why is that? There's nothing in this that. I mean, I don't understand why. Maybe that's not it though. Maybe it's not why on that. There's something. This doesn't really. Let's dig deep into this one. What did Talon did for her? Wow, what did Talon do for her? Whoa! Oh, you hold it! That man gave everything for her! She's gotten so many expensive presents over the years. Just look at that golden necklace she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw it in the present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Why, yes, a little bottle of perfume, I believe. It's horrible. Talon was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable. Was that statement important? Yeah? Your Honor, the defense wishes to add the statement about the perfume to the testimony.
Ah! What are you doing? Trying to implicate the defendant even harder?
I think it's an important detail.
The perfume is irrelevant! But I suppose the prosecution has no objections to strengthening our case. Very well, witness. Please add what you just said to your testimony.
Talon often brought Malone gifts. I saw they just one. Some kind of perfume, I think. Perfume. I mean this? Witness!
What is it?
Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought for Malone by her father, correct?
What else would it be for? I assure you Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes. Far from it.
Well, you're wrong, witness.
Oh, is that so? Was the Rancho truly a perfume connoisseur?
No, Your Honor. The bottle of perfume was bought for the princess. Huh?
So what, defense? Sure, it's technically a contradiction, but what is the purpose of this bottle change?
Yes, defense. I admit I'm confused as well. Please explain why this point is so important. Earlier in the trial, Malone mentioned that Talon bought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malone? It sure is. We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess making the visitation. Father quickly rode into town to get a new gift. This info puts one thing into question. Somebody's movements. Someone's movements around the ranch are put into serious doubt.
Someone's? Well, don't keep us waiting then, defense. Who is this person?
Naturally, the person whose movements become suspect is, obviously, Ingo. 44. The witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume, which had just been purchased, was found at the crime scene. A crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. He shouldn't have known about the bottle.
Ah! Order! Order! The defense raises a very valid point. You simpleton! What is the meaning of this?
Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point?
No! Of course I didn't! I was working in the silo all day! I remember, I saw the gift the day before the crime. The girl is lying! Talon must have gotten the gift the day before.
You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day.
One word against another's. Defense, do you have any way to prove that your version of events is true?
Well, let's see what the receipts say. Says, not say. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt, and the receipt always shows the day of purchase. It might still be at the ranch house. I say we send someone out to look for it. Father never throws receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume one should be right on top.
I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch house immediately and search for that receipt.
Now we're banging on all cylinders. Your Honor!
Yes? What is it, soldier?
We have just received the receipt from the team stationed at the crime scene.
Ugh. Very well, thank you. I shall now read it out.
There's a lot writing on this.
From Tingle's Mysterious Smells. Ah, yes, I think I've seen that store. It's that eccentric-looking place in the back alley. You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's an utter eyesore. The gall of this nobody running a monopoly on Hylian perfume is preposterous.
I don't think Tingle's a nobody. I don't even think he's a heartless.
Perhaps, but back to the matter at hand. The nerve of that dunderhead! Why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every other customer a fairy? Prosecutor! And the balloons! Oh, the balloons! That fool popped one right in my face!
Why were you at the perfume store?
Prosecutor Dragmire, enough! Continuing on. Purchased item. 1 bottle of Rosy Rupee Land.
Ah, Tinkle's Rosy Rupee Land! Hey!
Oh my! This is quite the price! Why, I would have to...
Your Honor! Please! The day of purchase.
Ah, yes, right. Date of purchase. Why, it's March 16th, the day of the murder! Ah! Order! Order!
Yes, we got him! Phew, I think we're finally getting somewhere.
Ah! This still doesn't mean anything! Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle then.
Ah. Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then.
This is very Ace Attorney written. I love this so much. Massive props to the writing department. Oh, come on! You think we're gonna believe that?
Yeah, my voice gone out. Do you have any proof that he didn't?
Well, I
believe this calls for further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day.
Ha! My movements. Well, alright. There's not a whole lot to say, though.
It's unfortunate they managed to weasel out of that. But this next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. My non-suspicious movements,
As was already stated, I had volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the silo right after that, and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, was that detective one fine woman.
I feel like that last point wasn't exactly necessary, Ingo, but alright.
See? I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat!
I'll pass. There has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. I have my suspicions. Volunteer to work, huh? Okay, sure. Nothing wrong with that. Back to the silo, But what about the fire? Are you sure?
Sure as can be, moo-ha-ha!
You never went back in, even after the crime was discovered?
Ah, they wouldn't let me in! Preserving the crime scene or some such, I couldn't even get any of my things! After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance! I had to sleep in the stables at night, it was terrible!
Is what you just said just important? It is important. Your Honor! Also, rule of thumb, if these games ever ask you, is this important? 9 out of 10 times, it is. I would like the witness to add his last statement to his testimony.
What? What are you trying to pull now?
Very well. Witness, please amend your statement.
Ah, fine. Whatever. I didn't even...
Oh, that's not the last statement.
At some point, the detective came and told me what happened. And wow, was that detective one fun...
Oh, it's this one. Okay. You get safer access to anybody belongs and to spend the night in the stable. Are you sure? That doesn't seem right. Get to sleep in the stables. Why are you so nicely dressed? Witness! There's something seriously wrong with your testimony.
What? What are you talking about?
You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house, correct? a ranch house you were not allowed to go in.
That's right.
Well, that implies you should still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but those don't look like work clothes at all.
Ah!
Gotcha.
The defense has a point. The witness appears pretty well dressed for court. I can't imagine he would want to sully those clothes during work.
Well, what do you have to say of that?
Ah! Oh, of course. I can explain. It's simple. These are brand new. Yeah, on my way to the courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. After all, I couldn't very well show up to court dressed like a bum. Ooh.
Yes, defense. Certain people have a modicum of respect for the court and show up dressed appropriately.
What about yourself, Ganon? What's that supposed to mean? This is my finest Zora suit. So you claim you bought these clothes after the crime, is that correct?
Very much so. This morning, in fact. What? Why do I need to repeat myself?
Do I accept the explanation? No. You buying those clothes today is simply impossible.
What?
Oh, how can you claim so? Defense, as you know, evidence says everything in court. Either prove that the witness couldn't have bought these clothes today, or get out!
Well, I happen to have a picture. He's always had these clothes. I would like to turn the court's attention to this.
Ah! Why, this is one lovely pictograph. It reminds me of the idyllic days I spent with my grandson at the fishing pond.
We both shouted objection!
What about this pictograph, defense?
Well, just look at what Ingo's wearing. This photo's from Malone's childhood, but Ingo's very clearly wearing the same outfit he has on right now. He couldn't have bought it today!
Ah!
Order! I will have order! Why, the defense is absolutely correct. I hope the witness has a good explanation for this.
There. I think we finally got him. There's no way he can weasel out this time. Oh, unless someone weasels out of him.
Isn't obvious. Naturally, the witness knew he would need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled for that day. He brought them to the site in advance, so he could quickly change just before the royal visitation's arrival.
Oh! 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 Yes, of course! I need to be presentable, after all.
Uh-huh.
Can't look like a bum in front of the most important people in the kingdom.
Wait a minute, this is insane! What kind of kangaroo court is this? The prosecution keeps making excuses up on the spot! Ingo was clearly lying about buying the clothes before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, surely you wouldn't accept this blatant perjury.
I'm tempted. Accept it, Judge. There can be no other explanation.
The prosecution's explanation does seem plausible.
What?
However, the fact that the witness didn't simply say it himself and set me up a lie about buying the clothes is indeed very suspicious.
Ah!
Defense! The prosecutors pose that there is no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can the defense think of an alternative version of events?
This is big. I really need to think this through. Are we doing a thing from Dual Destinies? Ingo is acting really suspicious right now. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his test way to conceal his real movements. Why would he be doing that? That's because Ingo is the murderer. If it's not Malone, Ingo's the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did if I want to think Malone is innocent. With that in mind, why would Ingo change out his work clothes? What happened to make it necessary? Malone's blood got on them.
They were eaten by a cow! When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have gotten blood on them. He had to change to something else to hide his involvement. But then, wouldn't the Sheikah force have found the clothes in the house? How could they have disappeared? Simple. They were burned. Oh, this is really cool. Ingo burned his clothes. That's it. This explains everything. I always liked those segments from Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. They were so cool. I believe I can offer an alternative explanation.
Nonsense! Judge, the defense spent far too long sitting in silence just now. They clearly have nothing. I call for a quick ruling.
And not only can I explain it, but in fact, the defense formally accuses the witness of the murder. No! It's simple. The reason he had to swap his outfit, and why he's been lying about the circumstances ever since, is because it got stained with the victim's blood.
Preposterous! If there were any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Sheikah force would have found them. And we'd be trying someone else for murder right now.
Why, you are absolutely correct, prosecutor. Naturally, Ingo couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around. And so he used this to dispose of them. Alright, where's the fire? Not the fire. Your Honor, cast your mind to the princess's last testimony.
The princess's... that mysterious fire! Surely you jest. You yourself made sure we all know how meaningless your testimony was.
And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains completely new meaning. An empty bottle of lamp oil found by a burned out fire. Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes. Well, how about it, witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon, and then tried to hide it.
This is... No! Hold on! What drivel are you spouting here? Me? Kill Talon? You already know that's impossible!
Huh? Too busy for murder.
Everything you said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have completed these milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement.
Unless you watered down the milk, you liar! And I have proof you watered down the milk, because it's tasteless!
The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo.
I don't know why I tried to say poor innocent Dobby. Whoops. Been playing Lego Star Wars, Lego Harry Potter all too recently.
Now I shouldn't have to remind you, defense, but you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the shipment in time. Adding even more things for him to do in that time is preposterous.
That's right. The great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient. What do I look like, Santa Claus?
No, it had to have been him. I'm sure of it. There must be some trick at play here, some kind of shortcut. I must find it. Good thing I already have the evidence and know what to do here. Alright, Ingo. What say you to this? Ah, but did you though? Did you really complete those shipments properly?
Defense, I shouldn't have to remind you that Sheikah Force checked the boxes thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles.
Oh, I'm sure it looked that way.
What are you getting at, Defense?
Here you go, Your Honor.
Huh? Milk for me? Are you trying to bribe the judge now? I didn't think you'd stoop so low. The Crown will be informed of this.
Oh, it's nothing like that. All I'm asking is that His Honor try tasting the milk. Just one little sip.
This is highly irregular. But, to be honest, I could use a drink. All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know.
It certainly does. You probably talk the least out of everyone here, though.
Since the defense insists, I'll go ahead and take a sip. Is this what passes for milk these days? This almost tastes like water. Water?
I have to agree. This is definitely not standard milk. As we've heard from the princess and the detective, Lon Ranch is renowned for the quality of its products. But there's no way people would say that about milk this lousy.
Bah! Whatever. As if the unwashed masses would know the difference between quality and garbage. Where are you going with this, Defense?
It's simple, you see. I received this bottle from Detective Impa, still unopened, during the first recess. As we know, there were no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday.
Ah!
It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and also completed the shipments on his own. Unless he cheated. Ingo watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time.
Order! Order! Yes, I suppose that would work.
Indeed. All he had to do was milk fewer of the cows. To save enough time without ruining the taste too much, I guess he'd use about a 50-50 split of water and milk.
This is... No! That... Talon!
Let me stop you right there.
Eh?
I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment. But all you have proven is that Ingo's a slacker.
How dare you!
Be quiet, you mongrel! Sure, Ingo watered down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer, though, does it?
Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well.
Yet there is a vital element missing, still.
Huh?
Let me put it in simple terms, so even an idiot like you can understand.
Oh, how nice of him.
Rebuttal?
Oh, now we're playing the investigations games?
You lacked a murder weapon. If Ingo was a murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw.
Oh, wait, we gotta do stuff here? Okay, so this isn't... This is a bit more like... Okay, so it's a combination of the argument rebuttal from Investigations 1 and 2, and also a bit like the... What's it called? Like Mind Chess or whatever from Investigations 2. Well... And why is that?
It's simple. If the girl's story about working on the fence is true, then she was using the saw while her father was being murdered. It couldn't have been in two places at the same time.
Do I agree with this? Yes, we do. I believe we're in complete agreement on this point.
Ugh. You do realize the problems that creates for you, right?
I'm sure it can all be explained.
Ha! As if. But, very well. Then let's move on to why nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. You lacked the... Oh, okay. Just kidding. Where would the supposed other murder weapon have even come from?
Well, I think I might know. Didn't we have an inventory? Let's see. Ah, yes. Wood saw is one piece. Interesting. We also have axes, scythes, shovels, flails, trowels,
Rakes. They have tons of things. Have you forgotten this murder happened on the ranch? There are plenty of short things on site.
Ho ho! That's simply impossible. We checked all sharp objects on the ranch and searched everyone. No fresh blood was found anywhere else.
Well, couldn't Ingo just dispose of it? Couldn't Ingo just dispose of it in some way?
Ha! That's impossible. You see, no items in the ranch's inventory list were missing, and that list is indisputable.
What? This? The inventory list itself is false.
Oh, fascinating. What exactly makes you question the veracity of this document?
That would be something with the inventory itself. It's simple. You only need a brief look at the inventory to see it can't be trusted.
Oh, you can't just go around making such general statements, Defense. Point out what exactly the inventory makes it suspect.
Well, I mean, just look here. The one who compiled this list was Ingo himself. He could have easily falsified the counts as part of his plan.
Ugh, that doesn't matter. Nothing could have left the ranch.
Nothing? You sure? We had like we had a missing shipment. Not a missing shipment. Well, yeah, we had one that was like misaddressed, but also like Are you really sure nothing left the ranch? What about a few little shipments of milk?
Preposterous. Have you forgotten that said shipments have been checked by the Sheikah Force before they were allowed to leave?
That's true, but there was a place that Sheikah could have overlooked.
What in Din's name are you babbling about? We're talking about bog standard crates here, boy. Not exactly vast dungeons full of nooks and crannies to stuff things into, are they? Where could they have missed a murder weapon?
It's simple. They overlooked the contents of the bottle. I mean, they left it sealed. We got one that was sealed, so there is one place inside the crates that Sheikah couldn't have checked thoroughly without ruining the shipments.
Without ruining the shipments?
Ugh! That's right. Ingo put the murder weapon inside one of the bottles to conceal it from the search.
That does seem plausible. Now wait just a moment. Nothing could have left the ranch, he says. But how about a weapon in a milk bottle wouldn't just go unnoticed? Someone reported it.
Well... Ooh. You would be correct that a weapon showing up in someone's milkshake would cause quite a stir. If the milk ever actually made it to any milk bar, that is.
Ugh.
You see, I overheard a very interesting tale during the recess. Word was sent from the ranch not long ago that one of the shipments was returned unopened due to being misaddressed.
What? No!
Indeed. If you recall, Ingo was the one who handled all that. Now, that's strange. The ranch supplies the same milk bars every day. Even if he had messed up the street address a little, the couriers would have known where the shipment was meant to go. How could he have bungled it that badly? It's almost as if he didn't want anyone receiving a bottle of milk with a murder weapon in it.
Ugh.
I bet Ingo expected this box to stay in shipping limbo a while longer. Fortunate for him that the postal service was on its game today. Maybe because they were worried it'd start to smell.
I believe this calls for us to investigate these boxes of milk more closely. Soldiers, have these boxes retrieved from the ranch immediately.
Argument complete. Heck yeah.
This is slander. Why would I kill Talon? Sure, he's a bit of a layabout, but he did give me a job. Why would I want him dead?
The motive? That's simple. Why, I'm surprised you're even asking about it.
Eh?
This evidence easily explains your motive. I mean, it's right in there. The very inheritance document you brought to the court's attention states the following. In case of the testator's death, his daughter, Malone of Lon Lon Ranch, will inherit the ranch. Unless she is unable to oversee it, in which case it shall be divided between the Crown and the remaining employees.
Ah! What?!
You not only killed Talone, but decided to frame Malone for the crime as well, so you would be the one to inherit part of the ranch. That's why you volunteered to work in the silo all day. It gave you an alibi, so that Malone would be the only possible culprit. Of course you knew about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malone would go back to the ranch house to prepare before they arrived. A perfect set for the royals to find her next to the body.
No, no, no! What are you talking about? Talone signing the ranch over to me? Preposterous!
Did he really not know? I guess it was Dragmar who procured the actual document, not him. Your Honor! What is it, soldier? The box you requested is here. Already? That was quite fast. Apparently the team at the ranch had already noticed something awry with it on their own. The box arrived just as we were about to rush out a courier to deliver our message. Well, well, well. Let's see for ourselves then, shall we? The part of the shipment that proves my case is... I mean... it's been staring us in the face. That's why I went silent. It's so... it's right... Here it is. From the bottle with a slight red tint to the milk. It looks like some kind of serrated knife. That explains the irregular wound pretty nicely. How could those Sheikah idiots have missed this? I'm sure the milk was pure white when they first checked it. It took a whole day for the blood to dissolve in it. Either way, no matter how you slice it, this proves my theory right.
Oh, I've had it! Fine, fine! You wanna know why? You wanna know why I really killed that scumbag?
No! No! What are you...
So you admit it?
Yes! Yes, I admit it! What would you do if, one day, after years of back-breaking labor despite putting your all into the ranch, you were thrown away like rubbish, without any reason, fired! Farewell! We don't need you anymore!
What? It doesn't make any sense.
Ho ho! Don't lie, I heard it all! I was just returning back from another day of spine-wrenching work, and lo and behold, what's this? Malone and Talone are talking behind my back! I heard it all! We'll let him go after the visitation! We can handle things without him! And so, after volunteering to work on that shipment, Whatever, I'm so distressed, I quietly slipped out while the girl was busy, and shanked the good-for-nothing slacker! Ha! You should have seen his face! He didn't expect it at all! So yes, Malone! I killed that lazy bum you called a father! And he deserved it!
Ingo's trying my voice. Oof. Whew. Yikes.
Order! The witness will cease his boasting over such a terrible deed! I think we've heard enough. Soldiers, take him away!
Wait just a moment. Ingo...
Yes, girl? Want to apologize for what you've done?
Apologize? Me? You're horrible! We weren't planning to fire you at all! You completely misunderstood what we were saying!
What?
We've had so much work recently.
Well, you know how it goes with the royal visits. Always a busy time. Gotta make sure everything's in tip-top shape. I do worry somewhat about old Ingo, though. He's been complaining about his back recently. Do wish he'd take a step back and relax sometime.
Maybe we should convince him to take a vacation.
Wah! Now there's an idea. It'd do him good to just get out for a while. I'll discuss it with him after the visitation. After things calm down, we can handle everything without him.
You were planning what? A vacation for me? And I did. No! No! It can't be so! Please say it isn't so!
What a nutty Ace Attorney style breakdown they did for this. Love it.
We have witnessed today the results of a truly horrifying misunderstanding. But misunderstanding or not, what you have done is unforgivable.
Talon was a kind man, loved by all who had the good fortune to cross his path. His loss to be felt not only at his ranch, but all across Hyrule.
The killer turned out to be an utterly pathetic man with delusions of grandeur. I mean, look at him! An utter idiot, dressed like a clown!
Jeez, he's really laying into him. I bet he's just upset because he lost.
The prosecution's rant aside, I think it is time to declare today's verdict. This is just formality, but will the defendant please step up to the stand? Young miss, I'm very sorry for the situation you found yourself in. I am very glad you appear to have such a good attorney as a friend.
I wouldn't have chosen anyone else. Ah, thanks.
Now then, without further ado. In the name of Goddess Hylia and the sacred land of Hyrule, I hereby find Malone of Lon Non Ranch not guilty.
Yay! Woo! Oh, that's really cool.
Court is adjourned.
March 17th, 12:32 p.m. Hyrule Grand Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
We did it!
I suppose so. I guess Ingo's outburst kind of soured the mood, huh? I don't think I can ever forgive Mr. Ingo for what he's done. That's fair enough, honestly. Really, though, you shouldn't think about that for now. You're free. It's time to celebrate. I guess you're right. Excellent work. I knew you'd pull through. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, really. So, thank you. Now, that's not quite right. If you want to thank someone, I'm not the one who deserves it the most. Huh? Your Highness? I thought you were going back to Hyrule Castle. What strings did Imp have to pull to get her here? But I realized I should apologize for what I did personally. It's an honor. There is no need to bow, not after what I have done. Really, if not for my status, I'd probably have been carried off to prison alongside that angry little man. Perjury's, pretty serious, so that's probably not entirely wrong. As usual, you don't give yourself enough credit, Your Highness. How can you say that, Detective? I almost condemned an innocent person to prison! Yes, there are some things you should think twice about doing in the future. But it's all thanks to you that the young lady over here finally went free. Huh? Come on, attorney. Show Her Highness what I'm talking about. Well, honestly, without the oil bottle... The bottle? Well, it's true. Without this, and without knowing about the fire, we wouldn't have had any proof to substantiate our claims. And, really, your obviously false testimony helped us a lot. Ouch! It just stepped on my foot! Well, there you have it. In any case, I'm sure Miss Malone isn't too upset. Well, sure. Ten Hut! We have orders to escort the prison back to the castle immediately. Ah, just in time. Farewell, Your Highness. And so they left. Now then, listen to me. I know that I'm perhaps being too lenient on the princess, but tough times are ahead. The princess will need all the confidence she can get to lead the kingdom through them. She needs to learn to take responsibility for her actions too, though. And she will. Huh? Her Highness is in for a rather unpleasant afternoon today, I imagine. The urgency with which she has just been escorted out of here isn't coincidental. What? Is the king going to scold her? At the very least. Now then. My duties call, unfortunately, so I must be off. Again, you did well today, both of you. I trust I'll be able to rely on you in future court proceedings as well. I'll try my best. That's all I ask. That unpleasant prosecutor seems to be making his way over here, so I'll be excusing myself post-haste. Farewell. Uh-oh.
You!
Hello! Nice day we're having, isn't it?
Tell me, now! Where did that blasted detective go? Did my reputation tarnished this way by some novice attorney from the boonies?
Dramatic much? He looks about ready to burst from anger. Don't be such a sore loser. You lost. Deal with it. Yeah, we got the right verdict. Doesn't that make you even a little bit glad?
Yes, I suppose there is some worth in that. What transpired is most unfortunate. I can only offer my condolences.
Ganon, are you being sympathetic?
Just remember, it was always the meddling of the idiotic princess and the stupidity of that blasted detective that led you to your arrest. So if you have any grievances, take it up with them.
I suppose there is some truth to what he's saying.
Speaking of the detective, it appears she has fled from me like a cuckoo on fire. Mark my words, she will regret what she's done for generations!
Okay, bye. Well, that sure was something. I don't know if he was being sincere, or just wanted to shift blame onto someone else. I wouldn't say he's entirely blameless. Never mind that. Do you think you'll be alright running the ranch by yourself? Of course I'll come visit, but I have my attorney duties too. I'll get in touch with the castle, see if they can spare some men to work at the ranch. Silly as my father may have seemed, he really did prepare me to take over one day, and he's taught me well. I'll make sure the animals are well cared for, just as I always have. That's the spirit. I believe in you. I really want to thank you for bringing the truth to light. And if it wasn't for you, I don't even want to think about what could have happened. Don't mention it. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. And so ended a very personal case for me. It felt like a weight had been lifted off my back. Malone continued working the ranch, helping to make it prosper even beyond what her father was able to accomplish. I didn't really think much about it, but the days following were some of the happiest I'd lived for a long time. Little did I know that a terrible tragedy would soon shock the entire kingdom, and I'd find myself smack dab in the middle of it. But that's a legend for another day. Hey! Hero of Law! Wow! That was really good! That was really great writing. I like the animations and it was all so good. I'm very curious if this will be getting like updates. You know what I mean? I haven't really looked at like I don't know if there's like a Discord account for like newer team or anything, but I really like to see more. And maybe I'll even cover more of it as it happens. I don't know. We'll see. I know there's like a bit of an extra Turnabout. I don't know if it's like a full story or anything. I might record that and do that. It looks like it's kind of short, but we will see. But yeah. This is really cool. But yeah, fantastic work from the newer team. This was really good. Again, I mean, just the way it was written, the way it felt like a genuine Ace Attorney case. Even with the murder, I mean, you still killed, so it was still wrong, but I don't know. Obviously, you're very torn up about it. So at least you do feel remorse for your actions. I like Ganondorf being the prosecutor. That was really cool. Really neat touch. It reminded me a bit of Von Zeke's. With how, like, it looked like he was kind of a villain. He's really not. But he looked like he could be. Or Black Quill. Or even Edgeworth to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, being semi-villainous, but they're not really the bad guys, maybe. You know what I mean? Ocarina of Time NPC maker. Interesting. I'll have to look into that too. For my own stuff. My own personal interests. Nice touch, having her living in Kakariko Village. It is wild to see, like, just Ocarina of Time turned into an Ace Attorney game. What a bizarre combination of genres and games. And one that I love oh so much. I mean, Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. The Ace Attorney series is very dear to me. One of my favorite series of all time. So, very good. Well, thank you for making. I'm glad I could play it. It was really good. The end. Wow. Alright. Well, I suppose that's going to be it for Hero of Law for now. Scene Select is now unlocked. Extra 1's now unlocked. Well, alright. Like I said, I know there's like a bonus case. Extra 1 meanwhile somewhere else. I don't really know what that is. But if it's like just a little add-on bonus, then I will record it and chop it on to the end of here. But if not, that'll be it for the episode. So, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.